Hi. I just did an ASMR video in this lighting, so that's why it's like that. But I'm gonna change it. I liked it, so I have it on right now. I'm gonna change it because I have to be kind of in this corner just to be near the light. This is, but it's nice. I'm glad I did it because it's really, really pretty. Okay, if I go back there, it's gonna be dark, so that's what. So I have to be just right here, which is an awkward position. So I'm going to get someplace else and put on the light. All right. See you. Hi. Okay. So I'm going to jump into this and I'm going to try and not make it 2 hours long because it's so easy to take this topic and go as long because I have like a lot of information that I have to try and condense into a small amount of time. So darn it, because I really want to get into that. So let's just answer this question. Now I don't know why it's a big deal, but everybody's like, are you bleaching your skin? Let's get into that. No, I'm not. I'm not bleaching my skin. So what is the difference? Why is my skin different today than it was yesteryear? It's not. It's not different than it was yesteryear. One of my main complaints, being in the beauty industry, well, any industry that is, you're doing your job, but you're also having to wear makeup and people are going to recognize you and kind of, people are, you have to wear makeup. So beauty is a part of your business. So that's actors, that's models, that's people mainstream, that's people that are in porn, that's Black people and just, brown people. Most of us hate it when we sit down in a makeup artist chair and they pick the darkest color to represent us and slather it on our face. And then you have to go into the studio and they have to kind of adjust the lights to what the makeup artist has done, or they're not very knowledgeable either. And you know what I'm saying? Now my color, in case you don't know, is I used to always describe myself as I'm not considered dark and I'm not considered light. I'm right there in the middle. That's the makeup that I used to get. And then after a while, I started seeing myself in video shoots and on pictures. In video shoots and in pictures, most of the time I was way darker than I actually am in real life. So it was irritating to me. And then eventually I started seeing myself in this way that I liked myself. I started seeing this like pretty brown with a highlight of yellow. I started seeing those are the pictures I actually liked. Those were the videos of me that I actually liked. So certain photographers could get me like that. If they didn't get me and I was just way, way too dark or way, way too light, I'd be like, okay, but I'm brown. I'm brown. And they didn't know what I was talking about because they're looking at my pictures and they're like, but it looks brown. But it's like, I would say, but I look like I'm related to me, but I'm not actually me. And FYI, when you happen to be able to go to a club where I happen to be dancing at or something, you know what my number one comment was when people met me in real life for the first time? You look better in real life. Because I hated it. So there was this one time I got this kit. I probably shouldn't be saying this because of time, but there was this one time I got this kit and I had to order it. It's called Natural Cover. I had to order it. I called the company and I said, because they send you a range, multiple colors in your color range. So I had to describe what my color range was. And I told them, I am not considered dark. I'm a Black woman, but I'm not considered dark and I'm not considered light. I'm right there in the middle. So they sent me this kit. It had multiple colors in it. You're supposed to take a couple of colors or more if you need more, and you take the colors that best represent you, mix up and get your perfect color. I did. That was the first time I saw my actual perfect color and the last time I saw my actual perfect color. Before that, when I was a teenager, I would get like medium stuff and then each name brand would stop selling the stuff, and so I would have to go to another name brand and try and find my color. And then eventually, after seeing this pretty brown that I just allowed to represent me, I just said, okay, so I'm going to get this color brown. And I started to kind of brainwash myself into this is my actual color brown, which, looked pretty in compacts. It looks, I like it in pictures, but when I go put it in my face, something went wrong. Like something I can see that there's a line of demarcation. I can see that I have to blend that out. I can see that it is not my color, but I'm letting myself not accept that it isn't my color. So I always get this like pretty brown thing. That's what I was got. I went from medium to this like, it's a pretty brown, but it's not actually my skin tone. So now currently I went back to work like a few months ago, more than a few months ago. It's been months. I've been back, not quite a year yet, but I've been back. My first shoot that I ever did back was with Score, and the makeup artist was great. Let me tell you something. What I was kind of worried about, okay, I was kind of comfortable because now we are in this information age. I personally do makeup, and I always have done makeup personally. I would let people know, hey, I do makeup, and trying to give them information, because the first thing they do is try and slather something super dark on me. And I try, and just let them know, hey, this is, what my skin tone looks like, and this is what my makeup looks like, because they always make me really boring looking. They don't really compliment me, my features very well. And it's kind of hard if you don't know my face. You would probably go for the most boring thing you could do, because you really wouldn't know what you can do. So this time coming back, I was a little bit nervous, but I was a little bit excited, because now there's more information out there about our skin tones and about makeup. Even though I was considered very good at makeup then, I'm way better at makeup now. And makeup is always something I've done. It's something I do. It's never going to go away. So those of you who are irritated with me wearing dramatic makeup all the time, and me, some people are like, drag or whatever. If you don't like that, then please kindly, you don't have to say anything. Just swipe left or wherever way you want to swipe. Makeup is to me as fishing is to other people, or games are to other people, or hunting is to other people. Makeup is a part of, me, not just porn. Actually, makeup is more me than porn. Let's just be real about it. Makeup, nails, skin care, that's more me than porn. Relaxation, that's more me than porn. So what is it? One to know, or okay, never mind. I got a little silly there. My bad. Okay. Okay. So, I kind of have brainwashed myself. So I sat down in this chair. I was a little nervous because, they normally just take the darkest brown that they have and just put that on my face. But I was also feeling a little bit like, well, maybe not this time, because there's a bunch of makeup information out there now. So now where you might have felt a little intimidated or, racist, now you might want to show your makeup skills and everything like that. So I told the artist that I do makeup, and I told the artist I love contour, I love bronzer, like chisel me out. I told her, and I showed her pictures of myself. So because I know underneath makeup, I don't consider myself ugly, but it is a difference. It always was years. I used to say I kind of look plain, and then with makeup, if you haven't seen my face, you'll probably just do really kind of boring things. You wouldn't know. So I showed her pictures of this is what my face can do. I know you can't do it because Score kind of wants us girl next door, although the technique of girl next door on all of us isn't going to be the best. So I'm like, you can do girl next door and do it this way, and it will complement my face more than my face used to be complimented before. So she was like, okay. So she and we were just talking, and I noticed she was mixing colors. So makeup artists, some of us mix and some of us just we depends on what we have. We might have run out of some stuff, or we might not actually have the stuff. to suit you. And so we're going to have to mix up your colors. And sometimes we actually have your color and we just, or it's the closest representation of your color, and we just put it on your face. If you're good, we try and match it up to your skin tone and we try and put it up on your face. She's a mixer. She's a mixer. She actually looked at my skin tone and she came up with my perfect. I mean, I was shocked. Like, she's the only artist that had done that ever in my life. It's like I've done it, but the artists have not done it. The artists have not put my actual skin color on my face. So I was pretty excited. Actually, I wanted to say, that's my skin tone. That's what I wanted to say. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So next thing you know, I'm hearing from over here, my daughter is like, Mom, that's your skin tone. I was like, I know, right? So then she put it on my face. But I think her makeup is like high def makeup or something, because it did kick back. I guess the lighting and the makeup. So she had to come and kind of darken me out a bit. But she was afraid to darken me out a bit because she looked at me and she said, but this is your skin tone. And I was like, I know. I was so happy with her that she did it. We have different makeup styles, but I was just really proud of her. And actually, she was limited because, you know, some makeup, some agencies, they want you to, you know, they want you to not put too much makeup on. And sometimes, you know, it's I'm like, there's me doing my makeup, and then there's what you guys are limiting these artists. You guys are limiting these artists. So she had to stay in the parameters of what she could do, but I was, so our makeup, you know, I don't know if our styles are different. I think our styles are different because she's lighter handed than I am, but, to me, I was just so happy that I don't have to look at those pictures and say, oh my gosh, I hate that I'm so dark. So I was just happy. When I got to the motel, I had to bronze myself because I had to go somewhere else. I just put more color in my face. She's a little lighter handed than I am, but I was tripped out by it. I was looking at myself and I was just kind of tripped out by it. I was like, okay, so I don't know if it's too light, but it can't be too light because I watched her and that is my skin tone, or I'm just not used to it. So I wasn't used to seeing myself like that anymore. I had, like, when I was a teenager, I did it, and I've just looked at my skin tone and got the best for me. And then over a period of years, I kind of brainwashed myself. So I wasn't making myself as dark as what you guys are used to seeing me as, but I was making myself darker than my skin tone. That's what I was doing. But after she did what she did, and I said to her, I said, you know what, that's it. I'm not going to do this, you know, this pretty brown that I love to see. I'm not going to do that anymore because that's actually not my skin tone. And I was confusing myself because I would put it on my face and notice the line of demarcation and notice that something was off. But then I would just be like, you know, putting it on. And so I said, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I said, I'm inspired. I'm never going to do that again. I am going to get the closest representation to my actual skin tone that I possibly can. So now, but actually the last shoot I did not, with a company, this video I haven't seen yet. I don't know if it's out yet because I'm barely on social media. I need to be more on social media, but I'm barely on social media. I'm just kind of hide out a bit, but, the artist did the same thing that they used to do. I sat in the chair. I told her, you know, I'm a makeup artist myself. I showed her pictures of myself. So she has to stay in her perimeters because it's her job. But I wanted her to know, you know, because my face is kind of plain. And if you aren't used to my face, and when I say plain, I don't mean ugly. I just mean my features, I create the features that I don't have. My features are not. When I take off my makeup, I don't look like this, of course. And I look quite different. So I look plain, and you might not know where you can go with my face because you don't have my face. So I showed her that. I also wanted her to see my skin tone because, you know, she did seem kind of cocky, and I did want her to see. I want to make sure that she doesn't do that same thing they used to do, which is just make me dark. What did she do? I sat in my chair. she just took her darkest brown, she put it on my face. So I don't know how that shoot is going to turn out. I know what was happening in the shoot was good, but I don't know how that's going to turn out, because they had to adjust the lighting to her makeup, and she goes, oh, it's going to look just like, it's going to look, they're going to make it just like you. She was really cocky, and I don't even think the brushes were clean, honestly. I think that she cleaned them later, because I can tell, like, when I use a brush for a long time, I'm just using my brushes on myself, so I should clean them more often, but I don't. And I know when they when you have use your brush and use your brush and use your brush, and then you finally clean them, how they look. And then, or when, you know, they're still going to have makeup in them, but they still look clean. These brushes, I don't think were clean. I think she was cocky, and she just didn't, you know, she's just doing, you know, and she didn't really care that I did makeup. But if you like dark Africa, you'll probably be happy. Although the second thing that is new is the technology. So maybe it'll still work out. Maybe even though my makeup was darker, it'll still be a closer representation of me, because technology is way better. One thing I also used to complain about, like when we started being able to have our own phones, and when we had some what we considered expensive cameras and expensive video recording, I would complain about how dark I was. You know, I would complain about how dark I was. And now, even with the cheapest phones, you can get a closer representation of yourself than you used to. I know, like, there were dark people that were mad about how dark they were coming out. Like, they're already dark. You don't need to make them darker. They're just like, you know, Black people do not like to be, don't like it when you make us darker than what we really are. And that was one of the number one complaints when you were being shot or photographed, is that, or made up, is that you did not, it was not an accurate representation of you in real life. There's two versions of you out there. So welcome you to me. You know, sorry if it's not to your liking. You like dark Africa better. I just want you to know dark Africa never existed. In the summertime, if I get a lot of sun, I tan pretty well. You might get a good dark Africa then. But is that, like, in the wintertime, is that what you're going to see? Probably not. That's not what you're going to see. You're not going to see, you're going to see this. I'm very hyperpigmented. If I was bleaching, you've seen my areas. I mean, if you've seen my new stuff, you've seen the areas. I would go there. That's where I would. I'm so hyperpigmented. It's just crazy. Yes, I would do it there. But the technology is better. So it's kind of hard to kind of mess us up now. So that's great. And my not just my makeup skills, all over the place. Now there's more knowledge about it. A lot of us have kicked up our game in makeup, and I'm just happy. So this is a more accurate representation of myself, and depending on how the lighting is going to change, I'm going to be different as well. And sometimes for whatever reason, everything just shoots kind of darkly no matter what, and then I have to go in and try and edit it and try and get as close to my skin color as possible. But it's very frustrating to me. I'm not a very good editor, so sometimes I just pick a filter. I'll just pick a filter, and I wish the filters were more natural. They're usually just kind of fun and out there, and they make me a bit sometimes too light. But sometimes actually things will shoot too light. Like my new avatar, because it was always me in my work suit, but my new avatar actually shot too light. That is actually the darkest I could get it without it looking like crazy. That shot, I don't know how the lighting was in here that it got that light, but it got too light, and I had to bring it down, and even bringing it down, it's still too light. It's still too light, that thing. So, but here I'm just going to upload it. I don't care if it's shot a little dark or whatever. I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. And so I hope everything. The other thing I want you to know, because we're getting those questions like makeup, eyelashes, hair, like I hate blondes and all that other stuff. Okay, well, to me, that's like hating someone because they're black. Although I'm not a natural blonde. People change. You go through these things where you want to try this out, you want to try that out, and that's not the most important thing. To me, the most important thing is people's personalities. How are you, a nice person? Are you a mean person? Are you stuck up? Or you know what I'm saying? If you don't like me because my lashes are too big, or my hair color is, blonde, or my skin, you like me better when I was, dark, which never existed, but you like me better when I was dark. You don't have to say any mean, just swipe left. There's other fish out there, or I'm not your flavor, just, all kinds of flavors out there. Just go try them all. There you go. Because I can't please everybody. We've got the few people saying these negative things, and then you have a lot of people saying, positive things like you're beautiful and glad you're back and congratulations. And so you got all these people over here saying all these positive things, and then you got these few people over here like, who should I listen to? And the people over here are saying things that, are, it makes me shy, but it makes me feel appreciated. So the other thing is I have to start with myself. I can't start with you. I don't even know you. I can't start with you. I have to start with myself. When I look in the mirror, I have to be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling that. I have to do that. We all have to do that, and hope that, you like it. And if you don't like it, I can't please everybody. Did I leave anything out? I hope that I did not. Okay. So, do I bleach? No. Okay. I shall see you in another video.